Hey y'all, how's it going? Fatty here, and thanks for joining me on the channel that is harder to find than
Atlantis, an ancient city filled with treasure thought to be lost at sea by Poseidon.
And today I am bringing you the top 5 hidden base locations I have recommended across all of my videos. Now in this one I just went back and looked through my entire catalog and top hidden base locations and rat holes and different things like that, and I just grabbed a bunch of clips and kind of put them all together, as well as I've been getting so many comments asking you to show where my Crystal Isles hidden base location is, the little rat hole underwater, giving some chords. I've had several like build videos there, I've had seasons of PvP there, and in this one, the very last one on this list is going to be that Crystal Isles location, so you're not going to want to miss it. And let's just jump into the very first base.
And at number 6, we are going to go to the most crazy spot on this list, but also the most hidden one by far. So the location of the base is actually going to be 2481. I'll flash on the screen now. But to really find it, I'm going to give you guys the coordinates of 2780. Now this is in the Aberration area. So when you kind of find this, you can see some structures around that kind of give you a point of reference. You're right above the river. And what you want to do is when you're in this spot is look at this tree. And once you're in this location, you're going to normally need a fly. You're not going to be flying in creative mode like I am. But you're going to go fly through those trees and you're going to find a lot of little flat spots. Now, you're not going to build the biggest base ever in Ark in these spots. But, you know, if you have a platform, you can put that there. You know, you can kind of build off that. As well as you can put plenty of foundations to build a very nice and solid base. But you're going to be incredibly hidden. You're not going to have a lot of ground dinosaurs, which is going to be the con. You know, you're going to have smaller ones. It's going to be only flyers. Or if you're late game and you have cryopods, it's going to be another great one for that. But other than that, it's really going to be raid resistant too. It's going to be hard for people to get in there. They're not going to be able to see very good visibility. So as soon as you get turrets, they're going to get really discombobulated up in those leaves and you're going to be locked down for solid. So this is a great spot for especially smaller tribes.
So swooping into that number 5 spot, we got one located at 40.173.9. Now this is going to be located in the floating islands area of the map, and this is going to be the one of the ones that are kind of on the underside that kind of create a little cave and that are extremely hard to see, especially from the underside. If you're just flying around looking for the base, it is really difficult to see. Now this one is actually one of my favorite ones on this list just because of how big it is. You have a giant area where you can put a really nice flat base, you can put really big dinos, you can actually get wyverns and quetzals to be able to float them up here. And as well as back in here in this little area, you have a nice tiny little rat hole to put like, you know, your log off box and stuff like that to really help you keep defended. Now this one is one of the more tricky ones to find because there are so many of these floating islands that are just everywhere that it really makes it difficult to find this one, which makes this one really difficult to find, which is nice, but at the same time, you know, if you're trying to find this location for your very first time, it might be near impossible. So I'm going to give you guys a couple little tips and tricks to find this one if you're looking down from the ocean. So first off, you're going to see a lot of these giant tree trunks with just the little like aberrant mushrooms on it. And the big key I like to point out is that the trunk kind of goes into the water. So if you're looking down, all these like tree branches and stuff are actually going to be going into the water, and you're going to be on the side of the floating islands where you can see the, I guess, grasslands or like the swamp area of the map. So it's not going to be on the side where you can see the Arctic biome. You know, when you look around, you're going to be able to see the swamp. Also, you can see the orange crystals. That's another good indication that you're in the right area. So when you do it, just find these tree trunks, just kind of follow it up, and you're going to find that little tiny rat hole. And like, no joke guys, if this one wasn't taken up on the server I was on by someone, I would be all over this spot. Like I said, this is probably my favorite one just because of the size of it. And you know, like as I'm showing here, there's another spot where you can put a little turret tower on the opposite side too. And it's glorious. This spot is just amazing. 10 out of 10 would recommend to any friend. Crawling its way.
Coming in at number 2, this one's going to be located at 48.420. This one's going to be like the oil cave. I really like this one for the entrance again with the choke point. You can get something about the trike size in there maybe, and just really, it's got a nice little corner. You can put a easy tech turret kind of at the entrance to kind of shove things away, and then you want to put your main wall just a little further back that are just preventing one coming from around that corner and preventing them from really uncryoing anything that's going to stop you. Other than that, you know, there is like an oil node down there. It's just really big. It's just kind of a cool spot. I like the aesthetic of like the oil dripping. There's not a ton of cave locations that have any kind of aesthetic differences to them, so I think this one's kind of good. for PvP, as well as just for the builders who kind of want to build like something kind of creepy or, you know, something that has that more of aesthetic please to it. So it's a really good spot, and that's why I put it at number 2 on my list.
Coming in at number 1, my favorite base spot on Extinction, my personal favorite one, is going to be located at 62.1, 46.8. Now, I really like this one just because of its location. It's in Sanctuary, makes it really nice. It also is one of the few true like crouch areas on this one. Not a crouch, but it's a tunnel you can't get a dinosaur or a soaker in. And if you build this right, it can be one of the best locations. Now, it is going to be kind of tucked back here, as you can see in the video. And once you get back into this little kind of past these curves, it is going to just be kind of this bigger open room with lots of area to actually breed some of the things that you need to get started and expand out from there. But it's going to be a really great crafting area, put everything that you need that you really want locked away and secured. Now, the one big caveat I have to this base location is if you build it wrong, it is complete garbage. So you have that tunnel, right? And if you put turrets anywhere too close to a corner or a sharp angle or anything like that, people can either just rocket run it or shoot rockets and it's going to explode. The turret's going to hit it, but when it explodes, it's still going to take that splash damage and start breaking down your turrets, and it makes it really, really easy to do it. So what you're going to need to do is when you're in that back main room, you're going to want to make sure you set up turrets to have a clean line of sight down that one hallway that kind of leads into that first main room. That way, when they charge in, you know, whether they have shields or whatever, you're going to have tech turrets that are going to be pushing them back, and that's going to have you at that choke point the best. Now, you can also have other ones around the corner as well, just in case they are able to soak those first little ones with their bodies and then toss something in. That way, they can't straight directly line of sight it. That's going to be your best option. But if you set up those turrets for that hallway just the right way, no one's going to be able to rush you, and it makes this one just really, really, really difficult to raid. Thank you guys. Coming in at that number 1 base location, the best base I've ever recommended in any of my videos. This one's going to be located at 16.3, 73.7. Now, this one actually hasn't been in like one of my top 5 hidden base locations, but it's been in, I have how to build the best underwater wall video. I've had it in multiple like PvP videos of my series, and like on my channel video, like my number 1 video right now that's kind of doing really well is like my alpha base tour from my last season, which is the center pearl cave, as well as this one. So it's just really, really recommended. People love it, so I just really wanted to give the coordinates so other people could start using it as well. So this one's going to be located on that very, very north side of the map, on the back side of where you can get element shards on Crystal Isles. Now, when you get to those locations, you're going to need to go just straight down below. Now, when you get to like where the bottom is where the cave entrance to this is going to be kind of opened. Now, a lot of these areas look a lot of the same. They're all kind of hilly and just not a lot of distinguishing marks, which makes this one really, really hard for people to really, you know, find and stuff, especially before you spam it out too much. But once you do, it is seriously just, you can have so much building in here. You can do a lot of breeding that you wouldn't recommend it. When I was only in a 3-man tribe, we were actually able to breed about like 6 to 8 gigas in here, as well as other lines. Like, this was our primary spot, and it worked just gloriously. The best thing and the most important thing, I would recommend watching the build guides I have for this video. I'll link them down below, because it really does show the best way to defend this base in a lot of different ways. As well as just some of the little things that you need to know, like where to put the turret walls so that they don't shoot the Bassie, where it can get locked in if people are trying to soak, and just little small things like that. So definitely go check out those videos as well. But this one is seriously, it is just chef kiss. It's not too cramped. You have a lot of close by resources as well. You know, if you get a teleporter out of here, this base spot is seriously one of the easiest ones to lock down. I would highly, highly, highly recommend it. Thank you all so much for watching this video. If you guys haven't already, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. It really does help the channel grow. I am working on a back catalog for the MTS series that's going to be coming out soon. I've had a lot of hiccups along the way, so I haven't had a lot of really great footage that I want to show yet. So once I get something good back catalog and I can just keep rolling out episode after episode, that will launch. So just stay patient, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.